present the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series with 5 divisions of competition, and at this time we are about to begin our opening ceremonies. We ask each and every one of you to please rise up from your seats at this time, and gentlemen, please remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, please pause with us momentarily. As we have here on the front straight for tonight's invocation, our track photographer, Mr. Howie Bayless, and to perform our national anthem, Melissa Grimm. Howie?
Please lower your heads. Dear Lord, as we gather here for a night of enjoyment, please keep an eye on all the drivers, the crews, track officials, and fans. We know this is very dangerous, and we hope everybody is safe and has a very good time. Also, we ask that you please cure all the people who are ill and protect our troops who are out guarding our great country. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Melissa Grimm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to Howie Bayless and Melissa Grimm. And now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? Green flag is out. 8 laps for the Subway Street Stocks. And out to an early lead, it's this season's opening night feature winner, Jason Holder in car 74. Side by side, it's John Greenewalt and Teddy Gibala in the 3. Gibala, the youngest driver in the field, is a 2-time winner this year as a sophomore street stock driver. In car number 3, and to his inside, a driver with experience in the NASCAR Super Late Models and virtually every division that competes here at Motordrome, John Greenewalt in car 12 from Elizabeth, PA. Gibala and Greenewalt are still side by side in turn number 4, as is the 38 of Chris Bailey and the 69 of Joe Nicola. Thought we might try 3 wide for a moment there. Greenewalt in car 12 on the inside. Gibala now completes the pass for second in car 3. Race leader is Jason Holder. Meanwhile, climbing up to 4th around Joe Nicola, it's Chris Bailey Jr. in 38. Bailey and Nicola in the fight for 4th, nearly making contact as they're door-to-door on the back straight. And now young Teddy Gibala has reeled in the 74 of Holder. May see a challenge for the lead. Greenewalt sits in 3rd. And we have hard contact at the end of the front straight. The 38 of Chris Bailey is hard into the outside wall. Collected the 69 of Joe Nicola in what was a heated battle for 4th position. And there is going to be serious damage to the Ray Cimbali-owned number 38 street stock. Bailey took this car to a first ever heat race victory a couple of Friday nights ago. Bailey is a former national champion in Bandoleros competition, and he drives NASCAR Super Late Models occasionally here at Motordrome and on Saturday nights at the Lake Erie Speedway. Back out, 4 laps down, 4 to go. It's Holder, Gibala, Greenewalt, and Knight. Subway Street Stock feature will be 20 laps in distance. And this 8-lap heat at its midpoint finds Jason Holder up front. And after being involved in that incident, Joe Nicola in 69 charging to the inside of Tom Knight, trying to climb back up into the top 3. He's got Greenewald in 3rd, Gabala in 2nd, and Holder, the leader, all in front of him with 3 laps remaining. In the championship point standings, Joe Nicola, 4th on the racetrack, is 3rd in the championship fight. Jason Holder, leading, is 4th in the championship standings. White flag waving, and now Gabala makes a serious challenge for the lead. Final time around, and Jason Holder has a rear view mirror full of Teddy Gabala. The veteran up front, the former Charger Division champion, a many-time Subway Street Stock feature winner, trying to hold off the sophomore of Gabala, and out of turn number 4, Jason Holder will win another heat race over Teddy Gabala, John Greenewald, Joe Nicola, and Rich Nicola. 38, Jamie Shipley. 5, Jim Nicola. And the 50 is Tony Manganello as the green flag waves. 8 more laps for the Subway Street Stocks. Sean Phillips diving to the inside of Jeff Zellweger to take 3rd spot away. Jonathan Heilman leads lap number 1, but look at the fight for 2nd. Aaron Minjock in 34, the division rookie. And the division points leader in 31, Sean Phillips. On the back straight, Phillips takes 2nd spot away. Championship points are awarded for heat race finishes. Jonathan Heilman in car 15 out in front, Sean Phillips in 2nd, Aaron Minjock 3rd, Jeff Zellweger 4th. Coming into tonight, Sean Phillips in car 31 at a 15-point lead. The driver 2nd in the championship chase is 1st on the racetrack. That is Heilman in 15. 2nd on the racetrack and 1st in the points, it's Sean Phillips on 31. Aaron Minjock is 3rd, working lap number 3 of 8. Jeff Zellweger is 4th, then the AK Chassis team cars. The 50 of 2-time feature winner Tony Manganello from Clairton takes a spot away from Andrew Kostelnik, a feature winner in the 05. As crossed flags signal halfway through the event, Jonathan Heilman, your leader, is under fire. Sean Phillips in car 31, the Jefferson, Pennsylvania veteran, dives to the inside, challenges for the top spot, and officially takes over the lead, working lap number 5. Sean Phillips, a veteran of Charger Division Racing, and this season a multiple feature winner in Subway Street Stock action, taking the point position from his championship rival, Jonathan Heilman. This time, the white flag signals final lap as Phillips has opened up a big lead on Heilman. Driver of car number 31 surprisingly stands atop the point standings after failing to start feature event number 1 this season. Nevertheless, another preliminary heat race victory out of turn number 4. It's Sean Phillips grabbing the win over Jonathan Heilman. Aaron Minjock in 3rd spot. Coming home to a 4th place finish, it's Jeff Zellweger, and in 5th, Tony Manganello. Being in points leader in car 60, it's Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport. 0-1 is Harry Ofer from Bell Vernon. Green flag is out. 8 laps the distance. The Harry Ofer team cars together in the same heat race by random draw. And it's Harry Ofer at the back of the field, the owner. And his new employee, Pete Reck, losing the lead in car 81 to the 0 of Chris Brink. Chris Brink in car 0, the Glenn Campbell Gambler. Out in front as Pete Reck has a handling problem and drifts way up high on the speedway, opening the door for Adam Kostelnik to take the second spot. Reck is now side by side with Lonnie Hoffman for third. And up front, a challenge for the lead as Kostelnik in car number 60, the East McKeesport defending champion. Looking to the inside of Chris Brink in the 0. Brink always comfortable in the high side of the Motordrome pavement. Kostelnik on the inside with the Viglione Racing entry takes the lead officially on lap 3 of 8. And with 5 to go, it's Lonnie Hoffman in car 58 who has secured the third position from the Harry Ofer team cars of Ofer and Pete Reck. Reck started on the front row and continues to drift back with a serious handling problem on the 81 car. Leader Adam Kostelnik has won 9 consecutive feature events here at Motordrome. Will tonight be his 10th in a row as he approaches 100 career victories. Battle for second now, Chris Brink and Lonnie Hoffman. On lap 5, Brink officially holds on to second spot by a bumper. Brink, a former semi-late model competitor at the Jennerstown Speedway, and Hoffman in 58, a Subway Street Stock Division graduate. Brink maintains second position after some bumper contact, with Harry Ofer now included in the battle. But now it is Hoffman taking over the second position. Lonnie Hoffman in the Al Civic-owned Aero Automotive 58, taking the spot away from Brink, and now Harry Ofer in the McGirby's 01 challenging Brink as the white flag signals final lap for Adam Kostelnik. An unprecedented 9 straight weeks of feature victories for the Viglione Racing team. In car number 60, steered by Adam Kostelnik, another heat race win for the points leader. Coming home in second, it's Lonnie Hoffman. In third, by less than a car length, it's Harry Ofer, Chris Brink in fourth, and Pete Reck in car 81, finishing in fifth. George Nicola from Pittsburgh in 97. Jim Nicola in the 5. Matt Panaya in 32. Green flag is out. 8 more laps for the open wheel modifieds. Rick Huffman in the 9 falls back just a bit. Huffman now feels the pressure of 2-time division champion Jim Nicola streaking to the inside to take away fourth. Here comes Nicola's nephew George in car 97 to take away fifth. Leader Bobby Shipp in car 04 has finished second so many consecutive weeks, looking for the elusive first win of 2008. In second spot, it's Gary Scott, who has won a feature in 2008. Then it's Brian Shipp, as Gary Scott, the second place driver, surrounded by the Shipp Racing brothers, and a challenge for fourth. Nephew George Nicola takes a spot away from Uncle Jim Nicola as we're working lap number 3 of 8. Feature winners in 2008 on the Speedway are second place riding Gary Scott and fourth place running George Nicola. Halfway, the crossed flag signal shown to Elizabeth, Pennsylvania's Bobby Shipp in car 04. Shipp has been a modified feature winner, but not in 2008, as he is the former Charger Division champion, opening up a huge lead on the rest of this field. Now George Nicola challenging the younger Brian Shipp for third position. George Nicola now moves around the 40 of Brian Shipp. Closing in are both of them on Gary Scott's 16 car. With 2 laps to go, Brian Ship has a straightaway lead. Sorry, Bobby Ship has a straightaway lead. And Brian Ship is losing a spot to George Nicola. Nicola in 97 started deep in the field. He's up to 3rd now and closing in quickly on Gary Scott's 16 car. Now Nicola challenging for 2nd on the back straight, pulling up to the rear bumper of Gary Scott's 16 car. 2 drivers who've won so many features, but it will be Bobby Ship taking the checkered flag. Winning the race for 2nd, it's Gary Scott over George Nicola, Brian Ship, and Jim Nicola. The super late models, Wiltrout and Poole, will lead him to the green. Out of turn 4, a slow start, and into turn 1. Wiltrout, the Paula Grudo Motorsports 95, and the 96 of Mark Poole. Wiltrout's teammate in car 11, Bobby Henry, is the current points leader, side by side with Mark Catone in 31. Still side by side, Catone on the inside, the 2-time champion, and Henry, the defending champion 11, glued together door to door in a fight for 3rd, just in front of Neil Brown. Working lap 3 of 10, it's Gary Wiltrout leading Mark Poole. Multiple feature winners at the front of this field. Bobby Henry in 3rd spot, a 2-time winner this season and points leader, finally wrestles that spot away from Mark Catone, the 2-time champion. And then back in the 5th spot in car 98, the only 4-time feature winner this year, Neil Brown in car 98. This time around, Gary Wiltrout of Somerset will see the crossed flags indicating halfway. Five down, 5 to go. Wiltrout driving the Stone and Company Megan Ford for Paula Grudo Motorsports, leading the Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet of Mark Poole. Wiltrout unable to pull away from Poole, and now Poole reels him in turns 3 and 4. Leaders going nearly bumper to bumper in turn 4 on lap 7 of 10. Coming into tonight's racing action in the NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models, Gary Wiltrout sits in 4th in the championship chase, as there are 2 laps to go, and now in 4th spot, Mark Catone has caught back up to Bobby Henry, who took that position away from him just moments ago. Mark Catone in the Al's Construction Evanuic Racing Engines 31, challenging points leader Bobby Henry and the Stone and Company Megan Ford at the wave of the white flag. On this final circuit, Wiltrout now has a 2-car length advantage over Poole, as the top 4 break away from the rest of this field. Coming out of turn number 4, former track champion in car 95, Gary Wiltrout gets the win over Mark Poole, Bobby Henry, Mark Catone, and Neil Brown. Three-time late model champion Richard Mitchell to his outside. Green flag is out. Mitchell jumps out to an early lead in car 22. Gregory Kelly into 2nd. Steve Black, who led feature laps last week in car number 1, in the 3rd spot, feeling the pressure of Tommy Beck. Mitchell in car 22, a championship threat. He is 21 points behind Bobby Henry coming into tonight. Battle for 3rd, door to door. It's Beck and Black out of turn number 4. Very close racing. Tommy Beck on the inside in car 60, a former Jennerstown Speedway champion. To his outside, Steve Black in car 1, a former truck division champ. Still side by side. John Komarinsky in car 33, watching the heated battle for third. For 2 whole laps around Motordrome Speedway, Black in the Penn West Toyota number 1 has been side by side with the Stans Transmissions Chevrolet of Tommy Beck. We're working lap 4 of 10. And this heated fight is for third position. Gregory Kelly in second, Richard Mitchell the leader, but wheel to wheel continue. Tommy Beck and Steve Black. At the midway point of this event, all eyes are turned on the fight for third position. Tommy Beck is third in the championship point standings, and now Steve Black has wrestled that position away. It's a 3-car fight with Komarinsky in the Miller Lite colors. The Marsula Electric Miller Lite 33 of Komarinsky now pulling door to door with Beck. It's Steve Black in third, Gregory Kelly in second, Richard Mitchell the leader, and Beck and Komarinsky putting on a show in the fight for fourth position. Working lap number 7 of 10, and Komarinsky takes away fourth position from Beck. Up front, the former NASCAR Northeast Region champion, Richard Mitchell, a West Virginia driver, a 3-time Motordrome track champion. In second spot, Gregory Kelly, who won his first career NASCAR Super Late Model feature 2 weeks ago in the Froggy D&K Sales and Service 44. White flag out. Richard Mitchell, your leader. Driving the Martinelli's auto. Howard Concrete Pumping Tom Clark Chevrolet number 22, the former ARCA Super Speedway racer and NASCAR Busch Series competitor. Out of turn number 4, takes the checkered flag. It's Richard Mitchell over Gregory Kelly, Steve Black, John Komarinsky, and Tommy Beck. Denne Keller and Ed Neidhart on row 1, both looking for first feature wins of the season. No start that time, no start. A false start that time. They'll get on the brakes and we'll stack them up and try one more time. Chanel wishing good luck to all the drivers this season and our friends at 3 Rivers Marine and Rail as the green flag waves. 6 laps for the Chargers. Denne Keller, the early leader over Ed Neidhart. Then the 5 of Bill Oldham. Oldham, a graduate of the American Flyers, in third position, has 3 career feature wins, all coming this season. Then in fourth, defending champion Mike Lemley in car number 4. Matt Gardner in car 7, the Ruffsdale driver. Another American Flyers graduate takes the position away from last week's winner Spadacine and closes in quickly on Lemley's number 4 car. In the championship standings, Gardner sits 4th, and he's challenging for 4th on the racetrack. 3-car fight for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as Mike Lemley in car 4 makes a move to the inside of Bill Oldham and brings Matt Gardner in the 7 right along with him. Lemley and Gardner both passing Oldham on the same lap, leaving the Mag Racing teammates of Gardner and Oldham bumper to bumper 4th and 5th. Then it's Lemley in 3rd, and in 2nd spot, Ed Neidhart in car 68. Neidhart is having the career season, the Renfrew, Pennsylvania driver who was leading last Friday when a suspension failure forced him into the pits, ending his quest for a first career feature win. Out in front, Denne Keller in car 13 having an outstanding run, putting some distance between himself and the rest of this field. Denne Keller, the race leader. He led so many laps in a recent battle with good friend Mike Lemley, only to get a 2nd place finish, still looking for his first win of the year as the white flag waves. And Gardner's off the pace in the 7 car. After charging up from the rear of the field, there's a serious mechanical problem. Looks like a rear end dilemma for the 7 of Gardner. Side by side for second, it's Neidhart and Lemley, but out of turn 4, the checkered flag waves for Denne Keller. By inches, Ed Neidhart gets the second spot over Lemley, followed by Bill Oldham and Tracy Keller. 34, Mary Catherine Shimko. 3 is Terry Schwartz. 88, Garrett Opachin. Green flag is out. 5 laps the distance for the American Flyers heat race. Contact in the middle of the field. Ed Sheltman nearly makes a save and goes around out of turn number 2. And the rookie Sheltman, who's had several top 5 finishes, keeps that car pointed in the right direction now. Green flag stays out. Ed Deneen, the leader. American Flyers are front-wheel drive, 4-cylinder street passenger cars competing on street tires, modified only for driver safety. Many of these drivers will race in Sunday's Enduro 100 here at Motordrome. Leader in car 16 is Ed Deneen, the current championship points leader and the all-time leading winner in the division. Second and third positions occupied by feature winners Paul Rosa in the 6, Ron Eifert in 61. Contact in turn 4 as Terry Schwartz gets into the 87 of Dan Kovalan. White flag signals final lap for the American Flyers. Door to door in turn 4, it's Kovalan and Schwartz, and they're trading paint. Look at this one down the front straight. Swapping stickers in the American Flyers division into turn number 1. It's Schwartz and Kovalan having a fight, but coming out of turn number 4 for another checkered flag. Former champion Ed Deneen will win it over the 6 of Paul Rosa, the 61 of Ron Eifert, the 88 of Garrett Opachin, and in the top 5, the Star Junction veteran Kevin Ludwig, as Kovalan gets the best of Schwartz at the finish, followed by the froggy 44 of Mary Catherine Shimko. Amy Shipley, 5, Jim Nicola Jr. Green flag is out, 20 laps for the Subway Street Stocks. Aaron Minjock in 34 gets rear bumper contact from the 69 of Nicola as the green flag waves. It's John Greenewalt, the Elizabeth, Pennsylvania veteran, out in front in car 12. 34 of Minjock to the inside of Knight. 3 wide on the front straight in the battle for second. Now 3 wide in turn 1. It's Greenewalt leading Knight in 76, Minjock in 34, then Hellman in 15, and Nicola 69. We got a caution flag. Stopped at the entrance to pit lane, the 68 of Jamie Shipley. Joe Nicola, Jonathan Hellman, the top 5. Challenge for third, Joe Nicola's Ford Thunderbird to the inside of Aaron Minjock's Monte Carlo, and Jonathan Hellman very close to that battle. Door to door all the way through turns 1 and 2. Nicola and Minjock, with Hellman and now Phillips joining the battle. This could be a 4-car fight for third, fourth, and fifth. Nicola opens up now a couple car length advantage over Minjock, but it's Jonathan Hellman filling that space as Hellman advances to 4th. Minjock dropping back to 5th and maybe soon 6th as the points leader Sean Phillips is there. Phillips cracks the top 5. Meanwhile, behind Minjock, Gabala is challenging Holder and taking that spot away. Up front so far, it's been all John Greenewalt in car 12. Greenewalt, a former stock champion at the Jennerstown Speedway. leading Tom Knight Sr. by just about 2 car lengths. And 3 drivers are fighting for third. It's Nicola in 69, Hellman in 15, and Phillips in 31. Hellman takes the spot away. Jonathan Hellman, 4-time feature winner, most recent coming 2 weeks ago. Powers to the inside of Joe Nicola, as does Sean Phillips. Phillips now up to 4th, working lap 6 of 20. And up front, John Greenewald, having a loose handling condition as the back end of that car wants to skate up toward the outside wall. And that allows Tom Knight Sr. to close in car 76. Knight, the eldest driver in the field, closing in on veteran Greenewald. Challenge for third now into turn number 1. It's Hellman and Phillips. Side by side for third in turn number 1. Very close together are the 2 championship contenders. Points leader, Sean Phillips in 31. Door to door with the 15 of Jonathan Hellman. Here comes the Jamie Shipley car. It's a lapped machine throwing a pick at the field. 3 wide on the front straight, and the battle for third rages on. Working lap number 9, heated action as the championship contenders fight for third, ready to trade paint with one another. John Greenewald still the leader. Tom Knight Sr. still in second. Now Sean Phillips breaking through for third. Officially now taking that spot away from Jonathan Hellman. And quickly Phillips dives to the inside of Tom Knight. Teddy Gabala joins this fight. We've got 4, maybe 5 cars that will challenge for the win. Knight Sr.'s hard into the outside wall. After contact from the 31 of Phillips, Tom Knight Sr. turns hard into the outside retaining wall. Tom Knight Sr. climbing out of the race car with serious damage after contending for the win tonight. He's won multiple heat races this season, and he climbs out of that car under his own power after contact from the 31 of Sean Phillips in a heated battle for second position. And Knight is out of the car and very unhappy in turn number 3. Track officials escorting the uninjured Knight to the apron of the speedway as Knight signals to Sean Phillips in car 31 his displeasure. NASCAR officials ruling that Sean Phillips will go to the tail of the field for his involvement in this caution flag incident. Teddy Gabala and Aaron Minjock, the midpoint of the Subway Street Stock feature. 10 down, 10 to go. We got a spin in turn 4. Tony Manganello, the 2-time feature winner from Clairton, Pennsylvania, Tony Manganello, driving a different race car tonight. His first start behind the wheel of this AK chassis car, and he goes around out of turn number 4. Challenge for the lead developing on lap 11. Jonathan Hellman now challenging front row starter John Greenewald. And after a heat race altercation, Joe Nicola has joined the leaders in car 69. A pair of Chevrolet Monte Carlos leading Nicola's Ford Thunderbird, and Hellman is within striking distance of Greenewald. Greenewald continues to experience loose handling, and as he gathers in the race car in turn 2, Hellman sees an opening to the inside. Greenewald slams the door on him. Nicola nearly makes contact with the 15, and by only a fender, Greenewald is officially still the leader on lap 13. Again, sliding the car dramatically out of turn 2. Hellman with better traction and better momentum on the inside. Oh, look at this. Joe Nicola throws his car to the inside of Hellman, and we have a change of second position just as Hellman was trying to take the lead from Greenewald. A tremendous lead battle here in the Subway Street Stocks. John Greenewald now leads Joe Nicola, Jonathan Hellman, and Teddy Gabala, who has pulled away from the rest of this field to join the lead pack. Five laps to go, and the battle for second, a heated one. And now perhaps maybe some bruised feelings as there was some contact made when Nicola took the spot from Hellman. And Hellman right back on the inside, and he takes the runner-up spot back from Nicola, but look at Teddy Gabala trying to work his way into the fight. 4 laps to go, and anybody could win this one. Here comes Hellman to the inside of Greenewald. Gabala challenges Nicola and now will take away third in turn 4. Side by side are the leaders. Greenewald with a lead of only 2 inches at the scoring line with 3 laps to go. Hellman and Greenewald door to door on the back straight. Advantages to Hellman, but Greenewald stronger through turns 3 and 4. Not this time as Hellman completes the pass with 2 laps to go. A championship contender trying to gain points on Sean Phillips. Hellman takes the lead from Greenewald. Gabala takes third spot away from Nicola, but now Nicola fights back. From the back of the pack, Sean Phillips is up to 5th, but 4 cars are leading the way to the signal of final lap. White flag is out, and Jonathan Hellman in car 15, who had not won a feature at the beginning of the 2008 racing season, about to become the dominant feature winner, threatening for a track championship after wrestling the lead away from John Greenewald. A 5th win of the season for Jonathan Hellman. John Greenewald gets second, Teddy Gabala up to 3rd, Joe Nicola 4th, and Sean Phillips battles back to 5th. Jonathan Hellman, the most thrilling race of 2008. Was that as much fun for you in the car as it was for us to watch?
That was great, man. It's a good time. Sean got in the back 76. That helped me out because I'd have never got it. The car's getting tight and tight. We've been fighting this thing for a while, but I owe it to my dad, my uncle, my pap. He sits on the backstretch. I'd put a new rear end in this week. Ripped some gears off last week, but if it wasn't for them, we finished up today, actually. I want to thank them. I want to thank Nemacolin Woodlands Resort, all the fans, all my family, everybody that helps me out. I just want to thank them.
You know, with the wins you've had this season, you've had some good battles with one other car. You were fighting with 4 cars out there. Do you have to watch extra carefully every move you make when you're that tight in traffic?
Yeah, you got to watch. You don't want to wreck nobody. You don't want to get wrecked, especially this close in points. I mean, they're only a couple points apart, but it's racing.
And he's racing for a championship as well, gaining ground tonight on points leader Sean Phillips. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Hellman. 60, Adam Kostelnik. 81, Pete Reck, and 32, Matt Panaya. Early race leader, the 16 of Gary Scott. Side by side for second, it's George Nicola and Harry Ofer. Nicola takes the second position away. And the hometown hero, Lonnie Hoffman, battles with the 01 of Harry Ofer for 3rd position. Then the Ship brothers, Bobby Ship in 04. Jefferson Hills Brian Ship in 40. Gary Scott, the early race leader, the veteran and former dirt track racer, former go-kart champion, out in front. The Swiss Vale Music entry with sponsorship this season from popular band The Clarks. And then George Nicola in 97, the former Subway Street Stock champion, riding in second and closing into Scott's rear bumper. The fight for third, it's Bobby Ship moving to the outside of Harry Ofer. Both of those drivers won features in 2007 and are winless in 08. Right there with them is the 58 of Lonnie Hoffman and the 60 of Adam Kostelnik, trying to move up to a 10-week consecutive victory streak. Side by side for third, it's Ofer and Ship. Working lap 5 of 20. And a challenge for the lead on the back straight. Gary Scott lost several car lengths in turns 1 and 2 to George Nicola. Nicola, two-time feature winner this season. Scott with 1 victory. Battle for third, the 0-4 of Bobby Ship, who's finished second in seemingly every one of Kostelnik's wins. And we got a spin in turn 2. Caution flag is out. Rookie Bill Rebar in car 18 spins in turn 2 to bring out the caution flag. Gary Scott with an early start in turn 3, and the green flag is out. Under green conditions, George Nicola was challenging leader Gary Scott. And now with the caution flag, 4 cars breaking away from the rest. It's Bobby Ship in third, Kostelnik in fourth. Leader Gary Scott and George Nicola resume their fight. George Nicola, the 2000 Street Stock champion, looking to the inside of Gary Scott. Very close racing and bumper-to-bumper contact among 4 machines at the front of this field. Kostelnik has now taken third from Ship and is challenging Nicola for second. Wheel-to-wheel, George Nicola and Adam Kostelnik, both closing in on the Gary Scott 16 car. Next time by, it will be halfway through this event, and Kostelnik vaults around the outside of Nicola. We're 3 wide. He's now stuck to the outside of Gary Scott, like those cars are glued together all the way through turn 3, all the way through turn 4, and by inches officially at the scoring line on lap 10 of 20. Kostelnik's the leader, but we got a caution flag. On the back straight, Brian Ship in car 40 has spun right in the center of the back straightaway and moving through the pit gate entrance. Brian Ship, the younger of the Ship Racing brothers in car 40, pulls away from the scene of a 1-car spin, bringing out a caution on lap 10. He's back out, 10 laps to go. Adam Kostelnik, the new leader. It was just a couple of laps ago that Gary Scott and George Nicola were fighting for the lead, and now they're going to be fighting for second on the back straight. Here comes Bobby Ship in the 04 after his younger brother brought out the caution flag. Wheel to wheel goes Ship and Nicola in turn 3, but Nicola hangs on to third. Making contact in the battle for second, Nicola gets into the rear bumper of Gary Scott. 2 long-time modified veterans. Second and third place as Kostelnik runs away from the field. Kostelnik opens up a half a straightaway lead over Gary Scott, but George Nicola and Bobby Ship are making a 3-car battle for second position on lap 13 into an entertaining one. Ship back in the outside lane. Not enough momentum out of turn 2 to challenge Nicola, but he hangs there through turn 3. This battle allows Gary Scott to gain 3 or 4 car lengths over that fight for third. Wheel to wheel on the back straight in the battle for third position. George Nicola in 97 and Bobby Ship in 04. 2 cars that at the moment seem to be very equal in performance, as Ship will take that spot away with 5 laps to go. Ship is instantly moving to the outside to challenge Gary Scott. In turn 2, Ship again in the high side, and they nearly made contact on the back straight. Ship now with just a bumper in front of Scott out of turn 4 will take over the runner-up spot. For several consecutive weeks in a row, Bobby Ship has been the runner-up when the checkered flag waves. And again tonight, he has worked his way into second position, where he sits in the championship point standings as well. Adam Kostelnik is out in front all by himself with now 3 laps to go, and it looks like it will be another Kostelnik Ship 1-2 finish. In turn 2, George Nicola draws near to the 16 of Gary Scott in the fight for third. Those 2 drivers, it seems, have been nose to tail at one point for the lead, then for second, now for third, at the signal of 2 laps to go. White flag for Adam Kostelnik. The Luzader Auto Service, TCI Circlematic Transmissions, Bolin machine number 60. About to increase his consecutive win streak to double digits as the 4-time consecutive reigning modified champion takes another checkered flag for 10 in a row over Bobby Ship, Gary Scott, George Nicola, and Harry Ofer. Adam, we're into double digits with 10 consecutive wins, but what I want you to tell the fans is what I read about you in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette today, that you're approaching a milestone. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I need one more win for career 100, and that's sort of my goal. Maybe I get it tomorrow at Jennerstown in the street stock. If not, then I got 2 more shots to get it. Man, just hats off to this crew. Even though we win and we made some changes this week that were absolutely perfect, and man, we just keep getting it faster.
I'm not surprised that you've won 100 races. I'm surprised that you know that you've won 100 races. Besides street stocks and modifieds, are there any dirt track victories or Charger class wins in there?
No, I only raced dirt about 2 or 3 times, but hopefully we'll get a couple of those. We're going to start doing that. But no, just street stock and modified wins. But we keep track of that stuff. You know what I mean? Just something to do. And man, it's just hats off to this crew: Harry Lazader, Buzzy and Donna Viglione, Joe Viglione, Sue and Pouch, sister. Just a good team effort. Lazader Auto Parts, Bowling Machine, TCI Circlematic. I'd like to thank Stan Lasky for having us. You know what I mean? Without him, we couldn't do nothing. So thanks to fans for coming on. Thanks.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Kostelnik winning 10 in a row. The 1 of Steve Black and the 33 of John Komarinsky lead us to the green flag, and we're underway. 40 laps for the NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models. Oh, we are nearly 3 wide at the front of the field, and John Komarinsky has to jump on the brakes to avoid contact. Stacking them up 3 wide in the middle of the pack now. An early race leader will be Tommy Beck by 1 car length over Steve Black. Black drifting up high in turns 1 and 2 allows Neil Brown in 98 to take a peek to the inside. Brown, the 4-time winner, and Black, the former truck champion. Door to door, Black will hold him off on lap 2. Then it's Mark Catone, Mark Poole, and John Komarinsky. Tommy Beck out in front, led the championship points standings the first half of 2008. Scored 1 victory early on, and now opens up nearly a half straightaway margin between himself and Steve Black. 98 of Neil Brown is third. Mark Catone into 4th in car 31. The 2-time champ looking for his first win of the year. Then side by side for 5th, it's John Komarinsky and Mark Poole, the 2-time winner. Neil Brown in 3rd. Feels the pressure of Mark Catone in 31. The Al's Construction, Evanuik Engines Ford on the inside. the Hunter's Peterbilt. Davies Ford on the outside. Mark Poole in the Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet 96 is right there. Now Wiltrout joins this battle. 4 cars fighting for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 2 rows of 2 cars, 4 drivers strong, fighting for 3rd and 4th positions. Neil Brown experiencing a very loose handling condition early on in this event, and Catone will take 3rd spot away from him. Mark Poole looking to use the outside lane, and Brown slams the door on him, leaving Wiltrout side by side with Poole. Heated action in the middle of the pack as Beck and Black run away from the field up front. Mark Catone, who wrestled the 3rd spot away from Neil Brown, distancing himself from what is now a heated battle for 4th. Gary Wiltrout started deep in this field and advances up inside the top 5. Neil Brown now clinging to 5th position with an ill-handling race car, and he and Mark Poole touch, spinning in turn 2. Greg Kelly gets on the brakes and just makes light contact with Brown's spun machine out of turn 2. As Mark Poole and Neil Brown in a heated battle in Brown's ill-handling race car goes around on lap 9. And Mark Catone in 3rd. Then Gary Wiltrout and John Komarinsky as we're back up to full speed. And the lead, Tommy Beck, has a problem on car number 60. Steve Black takes the point position away. It's now Black leading Catone and Wiltrout as Tommy Beck in car 60 has a serious problem on the front straight. 10 laps are completed, and Tommy Beck may be headed pit side. Up front, Gary Wiltrout uses the outside lane to make a pass of Mark Catone. Leader Steve Black in the Penn West Toyota Lift Camry, showing the way on lap 11 in the quest for a first career NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Model win. Wiltrout, the recent winner of the Pizza Hut 100, has been in victory lane 3 times this year. And as Beck's underpowered car heads to the infield, we have a side-by-side fight for the lead. Steve Black on the outside, working lap 12. Gary Wiltrout on the inside. And now Catone drops from the top 5. First, Tommy Beck's machine loses power. Now Mark Catone is off the pace. Gary Wiltrout will take the lead to begin working lap 13 from Steve Black. We will not need a caution as Catone is able to limp to the pit area. It's now Wiltrout leading Black and Komarinsky in 3rd. By virtue of attrition, front row starter John Komarinsky is back up well inside the top 5. Bobby Henry is 4th, and Richard Mitchell is 5th, working lap 14 of 40. Drivers in the top 5 that have been to victory lane include leader Gary Wiltrout, 4th running Bobby Henry, and 5th running Richard Mitchell. Meanwhile, 2nd place Steve Black and 3rd place John Komarinsky, looking for their first wins of 2008. Single file now, the top 5 on the speedway. Wiltrout, Black, Komarinsky, Henry, and Mitchell. And Henry in car 11 experiences a loose condition in turns 3 and 4 as the Stone & Company Megan Ford of the defending champion wobbled through turns 3 and 4, allowing Richard Mitchell in car 22 to close the gap just a bit and possibly challenge for 4th position. Just behind Mitchell, it's Mark Poole, who was a part of that spin with Neil Brown at the beginning of the event. Working lap 18. It's still Wiltrout, Black, and Komarinsky. Wiltrout begins to open up a margin over Steve Black, and the 33 of John Komarinsky is slowly reeling in fellow Greensburg resident Steve Black, a pair of Greensburg veterans. In second and third on the speedway at the midpoint of the event, Bobby Henry fourth, Richard Mitchell, last week's winner, in fifth, and Mark Poole challenging him from the sixth spot. We have a caution flag on the speedway. Caution flag on the speedway. Believe there's fluid on the speedway, and we're going to check the Gregory Kelly 44 car for a leak. Fluid on the speedway, the reason for this caution flag, and Gregory Kelly will be checked for a leak. A slow start this time and results in contact as Mark Poole gets in the back of Richard Mitchell. And that's no start. Wiltrout led him to a slow pace, which is his prerogative as the leader. They started stacking up around third or fourth, and the end result is contact between the two Howard concrete pumping Chevrolets. Mark Poole, the two-time winner, gets in the back of last week's winner, Richard Mitchell. Now in turn 3, and we're green. Working lap 23, Gary Wiltrout opens up a big lead over Steve Black, John Komarinsky, and then a two-car battle. It's fourth position on the line, and defending champion Bobby Henry is using the outside lane, and last week's winner Richard Mitchell is using the inside lane. Henry in the Stone & Company Megan Ford from the Palagrudo Motorsports stable, using the outside lane of Motordrome Speedway to protect against the advances of three-time champion Richard Mitchell in the Howard Concrete Pumping Martinelli's Auto Tom Clark Chevrolet. 15 laps to go. Gary Wiltrout out in front, Steve Black looking to make a career best finish of second place tonight in the Penn West Toyota Lift Camry #1, former truck division ace, with about 5 or 6 car lengths of advantage in the second spot over Komarinsky in 33. We got another caution flag on the speedway. Inside the top 5, green flag is back out. Challenge now for the 5th position as Mitchell diving to the inside of Henry. They are side by side in 1 and 2. And we got hard contact in turn 1 as Richard Mitchell and John Komarinsky spin to bring out the caution. Bobby Henry stops to avoid, and the caution flag is out with championship contender Richard Mitchell involved with Komarinsky. For Gary Wiltrout, Steve Black, and Mark Poole, Todd Price now inside the top 5. And Poole dives to the inside of Steve Black. Black has maintained the second position for almost the entire event to this point. And now the Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet of Mark Poole draws even to the Penn West Toyota Lift Camry #1 of Black. And on lap 29, Mark Poole secures the runner-up position and quickly pulls away by 2 or 3 car lengths. Battle for fourth, Richard Mitchell in 22, looking to the inside of Todd Price in 15. Wiltrout has had things his way in this feature event, but Mark Poole may be gaining just a bit here on lap 31 with 9 to go. Wiltrout's lead about 12 or 15 car lengths. Steve Black in third all by himself. Then the fight for fourth, the Frankie Day Oldies Show, D&D Office plus 15 of Price. And to the inside, Richard Mitchell, the 3-time champion. Mitchell takes away fourth position on lap 33, but only by inches as Price battles back on the high side. That's the battle for the fourth spot, and look at Bobby Henry now charging back to the inside of Price. Working lap 33, best battle on the speedway is for fifth. It's Henry inside of Price. As with 6 laps to go, Tommy Beck returns to action in car 60. Trying to gain some points on the other cars that have fallen out of this race. He's soon to be lapped, but will gain several positions by lapping this oval as we have 5 to go. Leader Gary Wiltrout is definitely losing ground to Mark Poole, but Poole will not have enough time unless there is a caution flag to make a serious bid for the lead. Steve Black looking at a career best third place finish as Mitchell is up to fourth, and Henry has taken fifth away from Todd Price. Poole continues to gain ground on the leader, but with 3 laps to go, Mark Poole may not have enough feature event left to make a challenge. Wiltrout still comfortable in the lead, but the margin is shrinking. And in the words of Jerry Reed, Mark Poole has a long way to go and a short time to get there. Signal of 2 laps to go given by chief starter Denny Carson. Will it be Wiltrout's 4th win of the season or Poole's 3rd win of the season as Poole continues to gain just slightly? White flag is out, 7 or 8 car length advantage into turn 1. Final time around. The Palagrudo Motorsports, Stone and Company, Megan Ford, former Jennerstown champion, former Motordrome champion, winner of the Pizza Hut 100, will make it 4 victories on the season. Gary Wiltrout gets the win over Mark Poole. Steve Black beats Richard Mitchell to the line for 3rd by inches, and Bobby Henry completes the top 5. Well, Gary, that was sort of a bizarre feature behind you there, but after the 100-lapper, you got out and said, man, that was a workout. 40 laps tonight in this heat. Compare this to the 100-lapper victory, because I'll tell you, you seem like a guy that needs a cold drink right about now.
I don't know. I think I'm getting older every week. They're getting harder and harder to come by. I mean, I got to thank the guys. I mean, they don't quit trying with these cars, and, I mean, the car was awesome tonight, man.
You had a couple of incidents early on, which results in the white door on the other side. You were in a couple of scrapes this season. You had some motor failures. Without Lady Luck, this could have been a championship season for you with all these victories.
Well, it's always that if or would, you know what I mean? We talked about it before, but, you know, you got to take what they give us.
And after that big win tonight, we made the announcement of a 100-lap feature coming up in the month of October. Now, let me ask you this. As a 2-time winner of 100-lappers, is there a different preparation on these race cars when you're leading up to a $6,000 to win event like we have in October?
You just, you know, go over every nut and bolt, which we do every week. I mean, you just got to spend a little more time with the car and just check every little thing on that race car.
and a chance to thank that crew and the sponsors that have made this ride so fast.
Well, I tell you, without them guys behind me, I mean, they did make my job easy. I mean, my car's been very good this year, and I got to thank them, and my hat's off to them guys. And we couldn't do it without Stone and Company, Megan Ford, Quality Support, Courtyard Catering, Sonelli's Beer and Wine. We couldn't do it without any of them.
Tied now atop the victory list with Neil Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Wiltrout. Speedway Bob Garchak Jr. of Pittsburgh and Roger Bryan of Smithton lead him to the green. Three wide through turns 1 and 2. Tracy Keller with a launch from row 2 up to an early lead. Bob Garchak is right there fighting to stay in the top 2. Here comes defending champion Lemley in the 4, and we're 3 wide in turn 4. Contact made with Denne Keller and Spadasine. Keller out to an early lead. Good friend of his, Mike Lemley, trying to clear the Bob Garchak 44 car for second. Look at Garchak fighting back against the defending champion in the battle for the bridesmaid position. Spadasine is all by himself in 4th. Well, now he's in 4th with Oldham, Keller, and Neidhart pouring all over him. Working lap number 2 of 15. Battle for second, still side by side. Door to door in the fight for second. Lemley on the outside, Garchak on the inside. 2 similarly generation Monte Carlos battling for that runner-up spot. Spadasine in 43 car pulls away from the Keller-Oldham battle by about a car length in sole possession of 4th. Up front, Tracy Keller is destroying the field after he got his first win of the year 2 weeks ago. Once again, we'll call the winning door prize numbers at the conclusion of this race or at the first caution flag period. And look at Bill Oldham's 5 car sparking the serious problem under the 5 machine as he pulls to the inside, surrendering a top 5 spot. Tracy Keller now leading over good friend Mike Lemley, and Lemley has closed in very, very quickly as Garchak was 3rd. Now feeling the pressure of rookie Spadasine, who got his first win last week, working lap 7 of 15. Spadasine now pulling away with sole possession of 3rd place, and up front, Keller and Lemley going at it for the lead. Just a few weeks ago, it was Denne Keller fighting for the lead with Lemley, and Lemley got the better of that battle. Now it's former division champion Tracy Keller going bumper to bumper with Lemley. Working lap 9, and the leaders racing so tight you couldn't squeeze a sheet of paper in between them. Keller and Lemley, veteran drivers, champion drivers, close friends off the racetrack. 1 and 2 with Chris Spadasine in 3rd, last week's upset winner. Five laps to go. Garchak holds on to 4th over Denne Keller. And now Tracy Keller's lead is mere inches on lap 11. Lemley had the front bumper up to the steering wheel of Keller's number 1 car, and on the back straight, Lemley takes a fender advantage. They're still side by side headed into 3, and this battle allows Chris Spadasine to close in quickly. Lemley now officially the leader on lap 12, and Spadasine officially a part of this battle. Spadasine in 43, the American Flyers Division rookie last year. Lemley the leader, Keller in second, Spadasine in third. Lemley, Keller, and Spadasine, 1, 2, and 3, breaking away from the rest of the field. Garchak with a solid top 5 run as he is in 4th, and the white flag is out for Lemley. Last year's Charger Division champion from Dawson, Pennsylvania. A dominant feature winner over the years in Charger Division racing action. Currently the points leader in the quest for a second consecutive championship title, with a healthy lead over his close friend in turn number 4. Taking the checkered flag again, it will be Mike Lemley. Tracy Keller gets second, Chris Spadasine is third. Denne Keller is crashing across the finish line in 4th, just ahead of Bob Garchak, who made contact, creating a thrilling finish in the top 5. Well, Mike Lemley, these battles of late, it's been you and real close friends of yours off the racetrack. I know you guys all help each other with the cars, so that means if you tear a fender off with one of the Kellers, they'll probably help you put it back on, right?
Well, it works both ways. Probably, I mean, me and Tracy, our cars are pretty much identical. So racing 1-2 with him and being 1-2 in a point standing is just awesome. It's your best buddy, so let's go for it. So it was awesome.
That was a fun race. There was a chaotic finish there that you probably weren't aware of because you were out in front of that one, but you're in a points battle right now. Do you take a different mindset into these late season events knowing that you could get a second championship if you're careful?
Yeah, in a way you do, but then, you know what, once you get strapped in, you see how the lines move, and if you got a chance, you think you can make it and go for it. Most of the time, we're going to just go for it,
Well, you sure went for it tonight. A chance to thank your crew and sponsors.
I got to thank Big Bob, Sprout, Costle's Auto Sales. They're on the car now. Westside Lube and Tire, Advent Communications, Bellevue Chassis, Holly Bayless Photography. I got to thank my dad. He's there every week for us, helping us out. The Kellers. That night we hit the wall there. Denne Keller, they helped rip the bumper back off, and you made that smiley face comment. Thanks, wise guy. I got to thank my wife and kids for letting me come out here.
There he is. Congratulations now from Tracy Keller in Victory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Lemley. Pace car exits the speedway, and the green flag is out. And we're 4 wide in the American Flyers. Hey, it settles down to 3 wide. Early leader is Ron Eifert, Ed Deneen, and Paul Rosa streaking up through the field. Opachin in the second spot. The car that won last week, he's got some big shoes to fill. Last week, the driver in second position, or the car in second position, I should say, went to Victory Lane with Nodina at the wheel. And now with Opachin at the wheel, he's closing in on Eifert, and Ed Deneen is going to join that battle. A Chevy Cavalier leading a Dodge Shadow and another Chevy Cavalier. Challenge for the lead. Ed Deneen moves to the inside of Eifert, and Opachin comes along with him. Opachin trying to put the 88 car in Victory Lane for 2 straight weeks, which would be his first career win. Multi-car contact in turns 1 and 2. Denne now the race leader. Opachin in second. Opachin, who comes from a long line of dirt track racing veterans. On the birthday roll, happy birthday, Lisa Richishar. Happy birthday to the owner of Roger Bryan's number 12 car. Her birthday is on Sunday the 31st. You can wish her a happy birthday on Sunday here as well. Thanks for celebrating at Motordrome. Ed Denne is all by himself out in front. In second, it's Opachin. Third, it's Eifert, who now has his hands full with the 6 of Rosa. Final time around for former division champion Ed Denne. He is the all-time leading winner in American Flyer Division competition. And with a new rival in second spot, headed for another checkered flag, the Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania driver of car number 16, Ed Denne will win it. Coming home in second, it's Garrett Opachin. In third, it's Paul Rosa. Fourth, it's Ron Eifert. And coming home in fifth, it's rookie Ed Scheltman in car 20. He's out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Denne. Well, Ed, this division has a new challenger. That 88 car has 2 different drivers, and it's been hanging around the front lately.
Yeah, he was pretty fast last week. He was pretty good there. It took me a little bit to get by him, but he seemed like he was right there beside me. So, yeah, them guys are moving up pretty good, speeding up pretty good. I finally got the car working a little bit better. Yeah, so it's good.
Got a question for you. This car is eligible to compete for $1,000 to win on Sunday. Are you coming for that big enduro race?
No. That's just no thanks. No. That's a circle demolition derby. I don't think I need that. I won't be in town anyway, so.
Preserving the championship points lead, probably a good idea, and a chance to thank your sponsors.
Yeah, I want to thank Antique Auto Appraisals. I want to thank Swissville Music, Pacificville Pro Sound, Advanced Automotive, Colgan Towing, Metro Construction, Lamar Kitchens. Thank everybody for coming out.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the all-time leading winner, Ed Denne.